this whole entire week, as I mentioned on Monday's show, has felt like anybody who's been in a waiting room or an emergency room, and you're just begging for any information, positive information, obviously. And every single time you're sitting in that waiting room and a door opens up and you're looking to see if it's the doctor to let you know what's going on with your loved one. And that's the way I have felt all week long about Damar Hamlin. I think the rest of this country feels the same way about Damar Hamlin. Any information, and the information that I have been gathering through personal friends who are physicians, cardiologists, anybody who's a medical expert, has been telling me, as I've been also refreshing my feed for any news, that Damar Hamlin, the fact that there's been no news on him since Monday is not a bad thing, a good thing, because he has been sedated and they are doing their best to make sure that his body can recover. It does appear that there was something to do with his lungs that they were concerned about as well, but that they would at some point in the first 24, if not 48 hours of his hospitalization in the ICU, begin to bring him out of the sedated state. And the first sign that you'd need to see, a positive sign that you'd be looking for, is anything neurological, because you heard he was, we all know, resuscitated on the field, and there would be various lengths of time that we heard about him receiving CPR and how long was his brain without oxygen. And that's the key here. That, yes, first key is that they restored his heartbeat and his pulse. After that is neurologically, how did he survive whatever period of time he was without oxygen? And the good news on that front, leading into today and throughout the last 3 days, is the fact that it did appear that the first aid was administered on the spot. That the NFL's protocol and the Bengals and the Bills protocol, that the trainers there and all the equipment that was there, the emergency services that were there and rendered, it hit Damar Hamlin's chest and body fast. So today, finally, after 3 days of refresh, looking for the good news, thank God it arrived. And it's beginning to arrive. And obviously, when we're talking about this type of medical emergency, you always hear about multiple steps forward and steps back. The Bills sent out a release that, per the physicians caring for Damar Hamlin at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center, remarkable improvement he has shown over the last 24 hours. While still critically ill, he's demonstrated that he appears to be neurologically intact. His lungs continue to heal, and he's making steady progress. Grateful for the love and support we've received. And in terms of the neurological improvement, my colleague from the NFL Media Group, Ian Rappaport, adding some information there that he opened his eyes last night. He's responsive.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Ian called it truly incredible. Exactly. One thing that's very clear from speaking to those close to him, they're endlessly appreciative of the medical care he's been given on the field and then over the last 72 hours. And then Ian added the fact that he's been gripping the hands of those close to him. That is what I have been told by everybody, that the neurological examination will begin with the simple, hey, can you wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes? Do you feel that hand? Can you grip the hand? I sent this information to one of the medical experts I have been communicating with over the past few days, and the answer was, this is great news, was the response from the expert.
That's awesome.
And then at some point, we imagine that as he continues to, knock on wood, improve, someone will eventually tell him, hey, you know that GoFundMe page you started with the goal of $2,500?
2 years ago.
Right? Over $7.1 million in it now.
That's amazing.
$7.1 million on the screen. You could see the top donation is Jim Irsay in the Indianapolis Colts, $25,003. The 3 obviously is his uniform number. Bob Kraft and the Patriots family sent $18,003. 18 is the number in Hebrew, and the Hebrew alphabet for the letter Chai, which is in Hebrew means to life, and to celebrate life, 18,003. That's the number that's given on, say, bar mitzvahs, 18. Like when I was a bar mitzvah boy in 1980, geez, wow, I'll do the math, 82. Mm-hmm. I got $18 checks.
Oh, work?
Yeah, or 36, multiples of 18. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you got 18 $1 checks, or you got checks?
No, I got
in
a check
of
for $18.
Gotcha.
Right, or 36. These days, there's a zero on the end of it. There's been inflation. That's your high update, your bar mitzvah high update. But indeed, to life. To life.
No doubt.
To life. That's why Dion, whenever he says he loves somebody, he says, I love you to life. That's what Dion says, the new coach of the Colorado Buffalo. I'm ecstatic, man. I'm just...
Good news, man.
I'm seriously like...
It's a little shot in the arm we kind of all...
We've been waiting.
We needed this
right?
week, yeah.
I immediately called Suze. My kid, Xander, who, isn't all that into football. He's asking me like literally 3 times a day.
And I think we talked about it, TJ. You probably mentioned it too. Unless you're a diehard Bills fan or grew up a Pitt fan, you probably never heard of this kid.
No,
fact.
And all of a sudden Monday, it's like he's a member of your family, and like you just want him to be okay and pull through and get to live a full life after having something like this happen in front of the whole country. And this was a good day today.
And it supersedes football. You said like Zan isn't a football fan, but Zan has compassion. You know, and
he's an empath.
And that, like I said, football, sports is irrelevant to this situation. This is now like a human interest story.
Yeah, Biden called him up, apparently. Paul called up the family, called up his parents. Hey, the president's on the phone, And although he did, when asked about the dangers of football, talked about helmets and head injuries, and this is a chest injury. But be that as it may, it was a very nice gesture that he did that. Yeah. And put it all together. And you've got a positive situation with the arrow pointing up. And in terms of you pointing out it's more than just football, that's part of the reason why we're having your friend Paul Zeiss on this program at the end of this hour. I want to know who the kid is.
Yeah.
Right now, we just know him as the kid who's in ICU who damn near dropped dead on the field, but didn't. And is improving. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.